What you talking about now, Cine? I don't know, but you're gonna get some nuggets out of it though. But first, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn that bell on. There's a new video series dropping every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with the random jam session whenever I'm in my bag. You do not want to miss out. Also, be sure to check out my books, man. The link's in the description below, right along with my vegan class if you're trying to go plant-based and stay plant-based. I'm telling you, it works. Oh, and lastly, be sure to follow me on Instagram at _just_scene_. The nuggets I don't put over here, I put over there, so you can always get me when you need me. But you ain't really coming for all of that. Peace, love, knowledge, and freedom. I'm out. To conceptualize that a being is going to come, the very being you should fear is going to come like a thief in the night. You never know the moment or the hour when that being is going to come. But yet, you have to be ready at all times. And to be ready means you can't be doing no bullshit or anything like that. You can't live your life. You know, and then I get people, oh, I can still live my life. It's like, are you really living? Are you really living when you have the control and the cap to do what your heart desires? You feel me? But anyway, I'm not getting into that. I digress on that shit. When that being or that entity, you feel me, wants you to fear it. And the people that have given you this, like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not sorry. when you study, whether it's African, whether it's Aboriginal, whatever it is, I'm gonna say this, it's genetically dominant. Any spiritual system from a genetically dominant being, never, ever check them all. There's not a single reference that you should fear the deity, or that the deity is separate from you. There's no single one that in any genetically dominant spiritual system that tells you to do that. However, you taking on one from several different sources that were used to enslave you to tell you to fear this thing. That's a fucked up psychology right there. That's a fucked up mentality to where if I'm following this thing and it told me, yeah, you're gonna go through this, like that's a deep-seated level of fear. To where you're willing to accept being placed in bondage. Under the premise that this was supposed to happen. What kind of fear do you have to where, now, like I said, let's bring it down to this particular realm. You feel me? Let's say I'm a womanizer. And I meet a woman. And I tell her, I'm supposed to beat the fuck out of you. I'm supposed to abuse you mentally, physically, spiritually, psychologically. I'm supposed to fuck you up. Because this is a part of your punishment for not listening to a deity. That shit sounds ridiculous, right? But it doesn't sound ridiculous when you fear it. Because you don't have the fundamental understanding and the knowledge to truly go into and explore that. And a lot of people are. Because when you try to tell them, study this shit for yourself, go deep. No, you don't question. To say you don't question the deity is a very, very fearful sentence, my guy. Like, think about that shit. Again, let's take it back to an abusive relationship. If a motherfucker is beating on you, you're not going, I don't raise my voice in the house. I don't be asking them no questions because, you know, they're going to do this. That's the same shit. You feel me? But when this shit governs your spirituality, when this shit governs your spiritual connection to reality, and you have to fear it, you have to fear everything around you. Everything is gonna be a focal point to, bam, invoke that fear. Let's hit that fear. Let's send a state of confusion out right now. See, when you can feel, you know, our people are so powerful that, you know what I mean, we can logically feel when we're in unison with one another. You know, when we're on the same page, when we're in sync, as they would call it. You feel me? And when that collectiveness starts to come in, it's really heavy during spring and fall, from spring to fall, because it gets hot. A lot of times that heat is coming from our collective consciousness coming together. You dig what I'm saying? It comes together. It doesn't separate. It acknowledges and it comes together. It's just like if we're in the same room. People will say it's joking, but they say it's too many black people in the room. It's getting hot. Because we have energy that radiates, especially when we're on the same wavelength, that energy permeates. And it interchanges back and forth. We absorb it and we release it. And it's not detrimental to us. It's just like we're mini suns. We give the shit off. This is why they can't be around us in public places. We be thinking, when we're in the elevator with them and they clench their purse, they're not clenching their purse because they think we're going to rob them. They're clenching their purse because they feel that essence and it's seeping into their body and they can't control it.